Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik with Flying and Eating. Today, let's go somewhere and do something, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hey guys, it's Adam here. On the last few episodes of Flying and Eating, I flew out to Tokyo, Japan. Now, we've been doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff, tourist stuff, history stuff, food stuff. It's been insane. But today, we're going to do something very special. The inner child in me could not be happier about this. Just wait, you're going to see.
Ohayou gozaimasu. So today we're going to be going to do some stuff. We're actually going into downtown Tokyo. I'm going to show you something that's very cool. At least I've never been there, but I want to go once I found out this existed. So I'm going to check that out. I'll show you guys. And of course we're gonna meet up later with a guy from my Discord. Goes by the name of Thorhacks of Japanada. It's from Japan and Canada. But for now though, we're going to eat something just to kind of hold us over. I got a little sandwich. This is tuna. As well as lettuce, egg, and whatever, just a sandwich. And I also got kind of like a pork green onion soy sauce bowl. Take it back to the hotel, eat that up real quick, and then get out of here. We've got the food all heated up. It's rice, it's, pork and some sauce, and just mix it all together. It should be an acceptable little breakfast. I also got this. I'll have this during this. The melon cream soda I got the other day. We're going to see how this goes. And I'm sure the sandwich is fine. It's just, a sandwich. Oh man, that's really good. It's like, it's like ice cream, obviously. Flavored melon, like cantaloupe. As a soda. It's really good. Shouldn't be drinking it, but this is really, really good. I wish I could compare it to something, but it's exactly what it says it is. It just tastes like the idea of like a cantaloupe turned into a soda, then you add like vanilla ice cream flavoring to that. So I'm taking a seat, just kind of relaxing. I've got the melon cream soda. I hadn't had a chance to finish it yet. I stepped out of the hotel room because they wanted to clean the room. In Japan, that can be kind of hit or miss. Some places will do daily cleaning, like I guess you would say like an American hotel, where you can either have them do it that day or not. It's up to you. In Japan, maybe it's just the places I'm staying. It tends to be the case that they'll have like cleaning service like once a week. So they'll give you a heads up about that, and you should basically just let that happen, especially because they will take your trash. If you didn't remember this or didn't see this earlier, public trash cans are basically not a thing here. So you'll find like some recycling things next to like vending machines, sometimes in convenience stores. But if you're doing what I've been doing, where you just kind of buy your food like at a 7-Eleven or whatever, getting rid of that trash is actually really difficult. So I'll put it like, in the trash can, like in the hotel room. But now today they'll actually like get rid of it. And of course, new towels, new sheets, all that kind of normal stuff one does. There's just kind of a pro tip. If they're going to clean it, let them clean it. Although there was a sign in the elevator saying, this was only recent, they used to do daily cleaning service, but they just don't have the staff for it. Japan's hospitality industry has not caught up to the fact that the country is back open. Now, to be fair, that just happened like a few weeks ago, so that makes sense. They're still recovering from the pandemic. A lot of people who were furloughed or laid off just because there was no hospitality industry to exist for like 3 years, or really more active, like 2.5 years. So I've ventured out. I'm going to show you guys something. You like these waterfalls? You like all this exciting stuff? Well, guess where we are? We are at Toho Studios. If that name sounds familiar, they are the creators of the Godzilla franchise, which means a lot to me. I love Godzilla movies, and every Godzilla movie I ever knew, with the exception of the American ones, was produced in these buildings. Here, Gojira from 1954. And onward. I am such a huge fan of that stuff. Like, I could sit here and just nerd talk about Godzilla for hours, dissecting each individual film, its history, its lore, everything. It just absolutely fascinates me. I grew up on it as a child, and it wasn't really until I was an adult that I really respected how good of a franchise it actually is. The common misconception is that it's, in the West we watch it in English dubs and they're always really bad, and we tend to think of them as just kind of like comedy movies. It's very much not what that franchise started out as, and as it evolved, it obviously made a lot of money, and it was easier for them to, in some, movies, to just kind of cater to the children, but they were constantly swapping what is Godzilla, changing him around and everything like that, and all the way to the point where, now it's come back around. At the time I'm making this, Toho just announced a new Godzilla movie
which is the first one they've done since 2016 with Shin Godzilla, which won Best Picture in Japan at the Japanese Academy Awards. Great film. I actually got to see that in theaters when it came out, which was awesome because only like 8 theaters in the United States even aired it. There was one in Chicago that had it. It's debatably my favorite Godzilla movie ever made. That or the original Gojira. And when I say the original Gojira, I mean the 1954 Japanese version, not what we call Godzilla King of the Monsters, which was not the same movie. Let's just leave it at that. But yeah, what an incredible feeling to actually be here to see this. You know, it's like, it's funny, all the times I've been to Japan and I never ever came over here. I didn't even really realize I could, because it's an active film studio, but they do have a nice little like touristy area. The actual film studio portion of it is closed today, which makes sense. It's also useless, like I couldn't have gone in there anyway, but yeah, wow, this makes me really happy. We're also going to head over in a bit to somewhere else though, somewhere very, very similar in tone. So through there you can see studio building number 4. Again, they're closed today, but even if they were open, I don't think I could get any sort of look at anything. The only tour, I shouldn't even say tour, the only behind the scenes access to a studio I've ever had was Warner Brothers. My agent, yes, I used to have an agent, would get me back to the Warner Brothers back lot a lot of times, and that was kind of fun in California to wander around and look at those. As a tourist, I once did the Universal Tours backlot tour, but that doesn't really count. But this is still, yeah, this is cool. I've got my hoodie here with Mecha Godzilla and Dragon Zord fighting it out, but you know who would actually beat both of them? Yeah, that's right. This is representative of the fact that he would tear them both down. And he actually did destroy Mecha Godzilla on, you know, every occasion. You know, it's kind of hard to put into words like how cool it is to really be here. I know to a lot of people, Godzilla comes off as just like, oh, dumb monster movie, whatever, who cares? But it's not. You know, Godzilla, if you really understand who the character is, like from the actual like origins, the Japanese films, the original one, Shin Godzilla, those 2 movies will really tell you what the character is. The character isn't just like a monster that's supposed to fight aliens and, you know, big robots or whatever. It's meant to be metaphorical for when nature strikes back. You know, of course, the original film was in response to nuclear fallout and what we were doing to the planet, and this is nature's claws. This is how nature strikes back. Shin Godzilla was a very similar storyline in which, you know, it was a response to the Fukushima disaster, and, you know, when society goes like too far in certain directions and nature strikes back. This is the embodiment of that idea. It's a force of nature that humans can't deal with. They can't overcome it. They can't fight it. They try, they fail every time because they're not supposed to be able to win that, which is, you know, it's just kind of something that I think is hard for people to understand. I mean, that's the whole nature of the story of the movies, is that you're not supposed to be able to beat it. Now, obviously, the Oxygen Destroyer does kill it the first one, but then that thing is worse than Godzilla himself. At least that was the lesson they were trying to teach us. All I'm trying to say is Godzilla is something to be respected. It's a very good character and a very good franchise. It's had a lot of weird movies over the years. No one debates that. Godzilla's Revenge, we don't talk about that one. Or the American interpretation of it, specifically Roland Emmerich's 98 Godzilla. The 2014 era is obviously better and closer to what the character really is, but yeah, the Japanese films, especially if you can watch them in Japanese with English subtitles, do it. They're great. It's hard to really explain like how cool this is to me. You know, this is always kind of like one of those things that was on my list, but I didn't really realize I could just come here. It's pretty cool. And if you walk around this area, it's like, you know, it's like a park and stuff. There's certain parts you obviously can't go to, but they have a nice mural and things like that, and they've got this you can take photos with and all that sort of stuff. It's pretty neat if you're a big Godzilla fan. But we're going to go to another place that is definitely very Godzilla related. So we have arrived at our next area. As you can see, it's a Toho screen and stage. Guess what that has to do? Actually, Toho owns like the movie theater chains out here. That's actually technically what this is. But we'll give you another little clue here. Somebody's gonna get really mad if you don't take your trash. For real, there's consequences for that. Where are we? Oh, we are at Godzilla Square, Hibiya, sorry, my pronunciation. And there he is, the man himself. That's actually the Shin Godzilla variant, which is a phenomenal film. I would actually go so far as to say it's the best Godzilla movie ever made. As I mentioned it before, The thing with it is that it really kind of takes a certain understanding of Japanese politics, at least on the basic level. All you really need to know is that Japanese politics tends to be a lot of let's have meetings and delay everything and never really get anything done is the general sentiment. And then let's complain about America while also being utterly dependent upon America. It's kind of the vibe that movie has. Go into it knowing that, and trust me, you'll understand it's an amazing film. How cool is that? There's like a little plaque here and everything. G-Man up there hanging out, protecting the area or destroying it. You know, it depends on which movie it is, right? But this is pretty cool. Though to be honest, this particular section, Godzilla Square, doesn't have much else to it. It's basically just this, that, and a movie theater. Where we're going to go now, though, is a little bit more tricked out. Shout out to all the Canadians here. It looks like somebody, I feel like a Japanese person, decided to try Tim Hortons. And that's what they ended up calling it, because they said Tim, Ho, and then they were eating it, and they went, Wah! Tim, Ho, Wah! Tim Hortons is disgusting. We got a giant cat thing going on here. Over here we have a cat cafe. Those are totally real. I'm not that I would do this, but I'm told that they're pretty boring, actually. Like, cats only come over to you if you try to give them a bunch of food. Expensive things, not really recommended. But if you really like cats, then by all means. Anyway. So here we are down in Shinjuku, which is one of the more iconic areas of Tokyo. But we have a very specific quest, so let's get on our way. So here we are at the final thing Godzilla related. So we're in Shinjuku, where they actually built like a semi-life-size version of Godzilla that just kind of peeks out from outside of the hotel. Outside of there, they have a hotel there, and there's the theater chain, the Toho chains. Very cool area. This, if you've ever wanted to like go to Japan for all the stereotypical stuff, Shinjuku is it. I mean, there's even a Krispy Kreme here for Gaijin, because in case we need donuts. But like all the kitten cafes and all the weirdo cafes, the maid cafes, like that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's all right here. This is like, hey, you want to go to Japan, you want to do all the stereotypical touristy stuff, this is it. This is almost like their version of Times Square. It's just completely bonkers. And I mean, admittedly, some of the stuff looks cool, but that's the whole point. As a gaijin, this is meant to appeal to me. There's also adult things, we'll leave it at that. But yeah, here it is. I could be wrong, but if I recall correctly, there's actually a restaurant up in the Godzilla head or in that area. That would be really cool, but I imagine it's, first of all, totally impossible to get, and also really expensive. I'm content with just kind of seeing it. Maybe one day, that'll make a really cool episode of Flying and Eating, huh? We fly to Japan to go eat inside Godzilla's skull. I don't even totally know if there is a restaurant there. I think there is. Thought I'd give you guys a little close-up look at the Krispy Kreme, because I found this amusing. No dangerous goods, not acknowledging the fact that donuts are very much not good for you. They're very dangerous. Take a quick look and see what kind of donuts we got going on here. You know, probably higher quality stuff than we have at home. So right now they also have this like display of just the G-Man himself there, which is pretty cool. On the opposite side of the building is the big, I'm gonna call it a mannequin thing for the lack of a better term. No, that's cool. Godzilla specific vending machines. They don't seem to have anything special in them, drink-wise, but still cool to see them, even though, yeah, it's just neat. You know, maybe we'll come back here on a different day. Not on this trip, but like, I imagine, I mean, I come to Japan a lot pre-pandemic, and I assume that's going to start flaring back up. But this is the kind of place I'd want to do with a bunch of buddies, not really by myself, because it's like, the whole point is it's kind of got this Vegas vibe where it's just entertainment overload, and you have no idea where to even really start, because it kind of has everything. And I don't have, I mean, sounds bad to say this, but I don't have that many interests. Like, I mostly just want to eat stuff, you know? I'm fat, it's what we want. Look, there's a nice American boxer gorilla. I guess that's supposed to be King Kong. Yeah, I mean, I know I'm an American, and I'm supposed to root for King Kong over Godzilla, but no, hell with that. All props to Godzilla. Godzilla is the superior kaiju. There you go, a little puppy cafe. You want to play with puppies and eat really bad food for a lot of money? They got you covered. So as we look there at the G-Man, this street is actually called Godzilla Street. And what's a little surprising about that is that there isn't a whole lot of merch. Like, there's a few references to Godzilla here and there, you know, whatever. But like, there's nothing to like buy in his image, except within the like Toho cinemas itself. I found a little bit, but barely anything. It's very surprising, especially because they just announced a new movie. We're gonna head out now, say goodbye to the G-Man back there. We're gonna be heading out and go getting dinner with a very nice Canadian in my Discord. His name is Aldo. He actually lives here, and he was like, hey, you wanna hang out for a bit? Yes, I do. We're gonna go get some food. Our Godzilla tour, not quite over. One last thing to see. The Godzilla Store. Remember what I said? I thought there wasn't enough merch? Turns out I was wrong. There's an entire store right here. Let's go inside and take a look and see if we find anything cool. I'm hoping for some sort of nice shirt, and hopefully they have Fat Gaijin compatible ones. The Japanese are pushing credit cards in the way that the Japanese do, with cartoon characters and things like that, but this is actually kind of awesome. A Godzilla credit card would be so sweet, man. Inside they have all sorts of chibi Godzilla. They've got the Halloween stuff up, because Halloween just ended. Lots of capsule toys. The meltdown of Godzilla. This is from Godzilla vs. Destroya. Pretty sweet. Lots of cool figures. Also, it looks like film cells and visual novels and all sorts of stuff here. Definitely a must-go-to for a Godzilla fan. Look at all this. Very cool. The Happy Dance. Mugs. Let's see, hopefully, sake cups, keychains, pens, magnets, folding fans, just kind of everything. Lots of Godzilla vs. Kong merch. We got Godzilla chopsticks. Lots of cool Godzilla figures. Shin Godzilla era. Godzilla 90s, Godzilla 2000, Showa era, various versions of Showa era. Lots of the villains. Godzilla, some of the other villains. Godzilla 85. Violante. Now, I could just sit here and name all the characters, but that doesn't really matter. But, yeah, lots of cool stuff. Let's see if I can find a t-shirt or something. I know sometimes they have movie props. I don't think these are props, but it's Shin Godzilla and Destroya. Those might be shirts. I'll have to kind of dig through that. Keychains, other chibi stuff. Oh, here's the t-shirts. Okay. Alright, here we go. Of course, Godzilla and Jet Jaguar. Embrace the joke. Why not? Very neat. Yeah, this is going to take me a little bit. Maybe I'll find something, maybe I won't. That's sweet. So you can get a quick look at the entirety of the store. It's smaller than I expected it to be. I thought it would be like a big thing, but it's just kind of like a section of part of the mall. That said, it still had some cool stuff, and ultimately, I got a t-shirt out of it. So I'm walking to the bathroom and check this out. Like a poster of like every Godzilla movie is here. That is awesome. Look at that. Yeah. Good God, Japan, what have you done? You took something beautiful and mixed it with something tragic. This is horrible. All right, guys, I'm here with Aldo. This is Aldo.
Nice to meet you.
He's a Canadian, but not really anymore. Would you Japanadian?
Yeah, Japanadian.
Japanadian.
That works out. I go with that.
We call him Thorhax of Japanada within the Discord. Anyway, so yeah, he and I are going to hang out. We're going to go to some stores, and then we're going to get dinner. What kind of dinner are we getting?
Barbecue meat. Japanese yakiniku.
So how does that work? What is that?
Well, it's all you can eat. Meat.
Okay.
And some other things, sometimes dessert stuff. You get the meat, you order it, they give it to you, you cook it up right in front of you on a charcoal grill.
So Aldo and I are going out with his wife, and we're getting some all-you-can-eat. What's the name of this place?
Anurakute.
Anurakute? Anurakute. Say it again.
Anurakute.
Anurakute. He's got his daughter.
All you can eat barbecue meat. Yakiniku.
It's his daughter back.
Yeah.
Very nice. Got an all-you-can-drink bar with every type of coffee. That's in English, so that actually makes it kind of easy. And then water, mizu, but here. And then you have like a soda machine, which has various types of Pepsis and things. Actually, this is really good. It's like a vitamin C type of drink. And then just various other types of sodas. These are teas. So that's green tea, some other type of tea, Lipton tea. Good stuff. Yeah. But in general, yeah, this is like the hot pot type of thing, right? So you just kind of order a bunch, like you can order a big plate and they'll bring you a bunch of items and then you kind of eat all you can eat. They gave us a tablet, which is like partially in English, which is nice. They've got recommend, limited time, yakiniku, seafood, vegetables, all sorts of stuff. And then you just kind of like, I guess just click on stuff and then you can check our order and see what's, I don't know. But anyway, fortunately they figured this out because you guys are much smarter than me. So we've got some meat they prepared, they brought out, and then you put it on this thing and it cooks and we just sit there and we wait. And you can have as much of it as you want. It keeps coming and coming and coming, right?
For 2 hours.
Say that again?
For 2 hours, all you can eat. Get as much as you want. Just keep going and going and going.
All right.
Drinks too.
Well, I got the drink part, but the 2 hour bit, that kind of threw me off. I wasn't expecting that.
Super popular here.
Pork tongue, and we just have various cuts of meat.
Yeah, this one's another rib. I think this one's salt.
Most of them are pork. We have a few beef. Yeah. With beef, you can cook for a little bit, but pork, you got to cook it all the way through.
This one's the spicy pork, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember what this one's. Tongue? Oh, this one's the
That's the
pork
tongue. Pork tongue. And this is something else.
Spicy pork tongue.
Spicy pork. Okay, so they're both pork tongue. Had the beef, that was really good. This is some sort of pork one here. I'm excited. Go for it. Let's show them how this works. Boom.
Put the meat on.
You hear that sizzle? Yeah.
Cook the meat, eat the meat. Turn the meat over. Enjoy.
Like it. Flip one of the, flip one of those, just real quick. So you can just kind of sear it, because that's beef. So technically you could eat it at this point, although we'd prefer to cook it a little bit more.
Just a bit.
But pork, you got to cook all the way through.
Hey, beef sashimi exists.
Yep.
You can find it.
You can. And here we got, this is what, chicken cheese karaage. It's like fried chicken and cheese.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and honey.
Oh, and honey, sorry. Yes.
Honey cheese.
So we're nearing the end here. We got a little bit more meat. We've got about 20 minutes of all we can eat stuff going on. And I was about to throw this on, and then I'm like, whoa, Land of Lincoln. This looks exactly like Illinois, my state. This is weirding me out, man. Like, why is my state? I'm gonna eat. I have to eat this one.
Well, we're gonna fry it up for sure.
We're definitely gonna fry it up, but like, I'm not crazy, right? Like, you guys see this. I accidentally destroyed my state. Sorry. Oh yeah.
Sayonara.
This is not Jamata. This is sayonara.
We did it. We got to the 2 hour mark. Look at that. And we had all we could eat.
Success.
Successfully.
Mission accomplished.
Well, to be fair, we still have some food left over. And
Well-
we got some dessert. What's the dessert? What's going on here?
Cream puff?
Yeah, what's the deal with this?
Just vanilla cream puff. Vanilla cream stacked inside this. Eat it. It's good. Delicious. Recommend.
Looking forward to it.
Yep.
Okay, so I thought this was just cream because I'm stupid. This is ice cream. It's great. What just happened here?
Well, she ordered the vanilla ice cream, decided to make a cola float. Vanilla went in, and it did this.
And foam came out.
Better luck next time.
So we came out of there. That place was great. What'd you think? I know you know.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
The all you can eat's the best part.
Well, I mean, that's the whole point. You have 2 hours, in case we weren't clear about this, you have 2 hours to order a whole bunch of different type of meats and stuff. They just bring you things, you throw them on there. It's really very good. And yeah, you can order as much as you want constantly. I really liked it.
Oh, that's nice. You got the tablet. You can just pick whatever you want
Yes.
on there and order it.
It
has pictures and names.
Yeah, there's a Gaijin-compatible tablet on there.
Well, sometimes the English is a little weird.
It's kind of poorly translated, but it's all right. But then again, they speak Japanese, so it really doesn't matter. I just trust their judgment. Whatever they picked, we went with it. It was good.
It worked out.
Yeah, it really did. Thank you for bringing me there.
Yeah, come again.
Will do.
And that'll do it. I told you that was going to be pretty cool, right? Yeah. So if you guys do me a favor, please stick around for the next one. We're going to be eating a bunch of Japanese food, takoyaki specifically. I'm going to show you guys more about tax-free shopping and how that actually works. And we're going to explore Yokohama Station in both impersonal and honestly very personal way. You'll see. It'll make sense when we get there. So thank you very much for watching. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit me up in the social media stuff in the description. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, etc. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later.